must be something heaven sends. Payback for the love I spent. Oh my, this time I'ma keep it going. Stay fucked up, feel so good. High on my, the sky underneath my feet. It never looked so good. Oh my, let's try. I'ma keep it up, stay fucked up, that's my mood. Oh my euphoria. Pretty close to heaven now. Moments of euphoria. I am never coming down. Oh my, this time I'ma keep it going. Stay fucked up, feel so good. High on my, the sky underneath my feet. It never looked so good. Oh my, let's try. I'ma keep it up, stay fucked up, that's my mood. Oh my euphoria.
When too much work bogs you down, Asana helps you handle it. AI makes it easy to hand off routine tasks and stay focused on important work. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
Fade in, fade out, always caught up in the sound. You're up, I'm down, I kinda miss having you around. You watched me fall apart.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramon Torres, accompanied by,
Christopher Shady.
and today we are going to be, hello once again, we are going to be casting the first stream of the season, but also the first Marvel Rivals stream, I believe, right?
Yes, Marvel Rivals just recently got added to PCL, and so this will be a nice and exciting new refreshing scene where there isn't really a set meta, and we're just kind of learning things for the first time.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. This is going to be kind of new for just about everyone, I believe. It'll be very interesting to see, because before moving on from Overwatch now to Marvel Rivals, yes, they're both team fighting games, but
there
completely different.
many differences, and a lot of these players, at least on Neumont's side, haven't played Overwatch. They're coming straight like new into the hero shooter scene, and so this will be a nice way to get them kind of joined into the competitive scene.
Absolutely, I agree. And How are you feeling about this season so far, Shane?
I think this season, as in like the Marvel Rivals season, is doing very good. I like the character that they added, the Angela, the flying tank. Have
No, yeah, sorry to cut you off, but no, yeah, I agree. Because at first, we always thought the first flying tank was going to be War Machine. So the fact that it's Angela, it's pretty cool.
I really like her character design. Really like the design for Daredevil from what we've seen.
I can't wait.
Counting down them days.
Oh, I'm waiting. I am waiting. Daredevil looks so cool. I got my character Blade at it, so I'm happy. But once we get Daredevil, that'll be really
Yes.
cool. No, yeah. What are some things that you really like about that they changed with this season?
There have been a lot of mix-ups in the meta. For a while, Mag and Emma were the meta tanks. Emma just being very strong, very counter dive heavy, and so with her nerf, she's a little less played. We see more Strange, we see more Groot, Venom, things like that, and kind of on the DPS. Not much has changed in meta terms, but there have been a lot of different DPS that have kind of uplifted to meta level. So we might see a lot more variation than we might have seen last season.
I agree, especially with the on the support side, the strategist. I mean, Luna got a nerf to her ult where it lasts a little less time.
Yes.
It's not you don't feel it right away, but after a while, you feel it. It starts to make an effect.
In this competitive level, you start to feel the 2 seconds, especially.
Yes, absolutely.
And there was the joke running around in the community that Luna never gets nerfed, and so seeing the nerf for the first time was very, very nice.
It's amazing. It's great. We finally have a way to shut her down. Oh my god. I'm tired of her using her ult and being unkillable. But it looks like we're getting right into the game. So let's go ahead and switch to that. It's going to be Neumont Esports versus Montevallo. We will see who's on the attack and who's on the defense first.
Yes. I have high hopes for Neumont Esports. We have been working very hard. Looks like they're all going Black Widow to start out with. A little bit of memeing from the team. However, their bans might be very interesting here. Emma was the first character banned very quickly. Nobody wants to see that on the field.
It's understandable. Emma can easily change the tide of the game. She can be a solo tank, especially good paired up with someone else.
Yes. Phoenix from the Neumont side. That's a very strong ban when it comes to DPS. She's kind of one of the strongest hit scan in the game right now. And so getting that off the field. We've got a magic save, which is very interesting.
That dive is going to be I'm assuming that's what they're going for.
They might be going for a dive, especially since Emma was banned here. Dive might be very viable.
Absolutely. And if you play magic the right way, she can easily destroy your back line. Oh, they chose Winter Soldier. That's fair, actually.
Very interesting. Winter Soldier and Magic got a buff this season, and so they have been played a lot recently. That Punisher ban is going to be very nice. They might be going for a Groot or some kind of very front-heavy tank. Look at here. They banned Strange, which is interesting. Might be looking to ban TP plays. Very interesting. What do you think they're going to run for tanks now that Strange and Emma are banned? They save the mag.
Okay, they're going to use mag.
They're going to use mag.
They're gonna use mag.
They might be using a second off tank. What do you think that off tank would be?
Oh, that's a good one, because my original guess was going to be maybe they might do with the Angela Thor team up.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, but if they're saving mag, I wouldn't be surprised if they go with maybe Hulk to get that overall shield for everyone.
The Hulk would be nice.
Hulk would be a good one because they say Groot. You're right.
Seeing Groot from the other side is not surprising from that Punisher ban before. Looking at this lineup, we might also see a Penny Rocket team up.
I could see that. Especially because of the team up is insane. You cover the whole map with webs. It makes room for no one.
Banning that Luna here, trying to get that deep or that support. Make sure that they have No really good healing on that other side. Looking like some interesting bans here. We might see a very, very different lineup from what the Neumont team is prepared for.
No, yeah, I agree. Like, they're banning Storm as well, so...
Banning Storm here. Very nice. Storm didn't really get a buff this season. More so, she got some quality of life updates. However, very strong. Looking at this lineup here, they might be going for more of...
The enemy team went with the Thor and Angela team up. I knew someone was going to bring it out at some point.
Yeah, looks like that enemy team's getting that heavy dive comp going. Very much that Thor, Angela, Namor, magic. Ooh, okay. Seeing a little bit of hesitancy from the Thor pick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a whole... Oh, I think they're going to
They are.
It looks like they're going to
Yeah, they're going for that team up with Hulk and Namor, which has been very, very reliable.
Oh, it's been a nightmare in almost any lobby possible.
And as we're preparing for this first match, yep, they went for that Penny and Mag team up. With the... Okay, triple healer is pretty interesting. And as we're approaching this point here, some critical points to be looking at here are healers positioning, making sure that the healers can see everybody at all times. Looking at this tank's kind of positioning, the front positioning here, approaching point here, looking for just an early poke, a little bit of damage, a little bit of ult charge. Yes, sirree. And as we get into this first point, it looks like Neumont is winning the point. However, we've got some pressure from the enemy team. Very even match so far. The healers are really doing the work here. And just look at this positioning. They can see literally everybody on the field.
Wow.
Exactly. The main pressure points on that enemy team here. You can see their Invisible Woman's got a little less good positioning here, but still rather good. We're looking at this Namor and this kind of off flank that they've got going on. The first ult's happening as the Invisible Woman tops it. Looking for that Jeff.
I like the fact that they did it so now it's a little more useful.
It makes it way more useful for that Jeff, especially because Jeff was one of the only support ults that didn't have any kind of reinforcement for your team. We're still not captured this point as we see a nice dunk on that Namor there. Beafly putting in work on Mag. Rotating back on the point, and it looks like Neumont's actually lost the point here. We got some critical kills. Our Jeff died, our Penny died, and so we just had to reset here. Now, as you can see, we're walking back from spawn, but now we've got a little bit of action here at this choke. We're just gonna try and make some pressure, see if we can possibly open up with this Penny ult here. Try and walk into point and make some advancements. Maybe we're building up for... Yep, there it is. We're making it on the point. We're still adding pressure here. Ooh, this will be a nice ult from that enemy Namor, but nice recovery. We're just over here poking, trying to get some picks. Nice pick there. Looking at this Loki. Hopefully we can get the pick here. A pick on their support would be really nice here. We need to get some pressure off from that front line. That match pick. Huge pick there. We're coming up to 50% on charge for the point here for the enemy team. And the Jeffel clears the point.
What a jumble! Oh, it doesn't look like the Loki died.
Loki did not die. Loki got unscathed. However, we did not only did that Jeff ult secure the point, it also wasted the enemy team's Hulk ult, which is crucial. We're looking up on these ults here. We've got one support ult coming on their one support ult. We really want to be looking at these support ults here because that's what dictates who wins a match here and who loses a match.
Shout out if you subscribe. So that's the most important.
Yeah, some technical difficulties, but looking at for another dunk here.
Nice.
That was a fucking slam dunk. Sorry.
But what an absolute three!
From the three-pointer.
Alright, looks like Neumont has this point on lockdown.
We're just waiting for that next fight, kind of preparing, getting them penny mines up. We also have another support ult up. Looking at the enemy team here, they're just preparing, making sure that this last fight will be the best fight. Hear that early Jeff ult from Dr. Discount. Looking like he gets some nice picks here. Crucial picks there. That crucial Loki pick as well, making sure they have no healers. 3 down on the enemy team, and it is looking like Neumont might sweep this. That was a crucial ult from their Namor, taking out 2 of the supports. However, it's any man's game right now. Looking like Neumont has captured it for overtime.
Oh, okay. The first round goes to Neumont. But, all right, yeah. First round will be going to Neumont. So yeah, the first round will be going to Neumont. Just wow, phenomenal teamwork on both sides.
Yes.
That was, you can tell that these teams have practiced countless hours together. They know the game both independently and the game well.
Looking at the, yeah, looking at those mag ults, we really saw a lot of nice play. Go ahead and change the audio real quick. Get that switch back to English.
Now we should be in English.
Now we should be in English. We're all good.
The battle starts in 5,
Okay, yeah, there we go.
4, 3,
Looks
2,
like they had a switch.
1.
Yeah, they are switching up their lineup a little bit. Went for a cloak and dagger.
You can't go wrong with the broken dagger. Really good, ult, amazing heals. Really good swap.
Yes. We're going to be really looking at the supports, though, as we get into the second fight here. Because, like we said previously, the supports make or break the fights for these teams. Once we get into this match here, we're just kind of poking and prodding. Looking like the enemy team has a better hold on this point. However, the penny has no room to breathe. Oh. And they got that crucial ult building up here. They got, from the Neumont side, we've got a dunk coming in. Oh, a miss.
Yeah, you're okay though. He has some middles, he has some misses. Nothing like this. He doesn't capitalize.
Close pick. This Namor's still low. Nice pick. And it looks like Neumont will be winning this first point. Nice stagger on that cloak and dagger there. We always want those supports to die kind of late. That way they take longer to respawn. And therefore the team has to wait just a slight bit longer. But that slight bit longer is all it takes in these types of matches.
Now 1 second. A little goes a long way these days.
And as we're looking, they did switch to Thing, which is a very interesting swap to go to. We're going 3 DPS in 1 tank.
Yeah, they had oh yeah, they're coming. Which can give me that extra
Yes.
because it just makes it that much harder to do.
In my opinion, though, professional opinion, the thing will not be useful here. I think that the penny is just going to make it so hard for him to walk in. As you see, he's already on half health. As we get 2 ults from the Neumont side, we get another 2 ults from the opposing side. We have 2 support ults on the field, now only just 1. Looking like the tide might be changing. A nice revive. 3 down from the enemy team, 4 down. Nice picks here from the Neumont team.
Absolutely.
Cleaning up house here.
They just completely turned the scene.
To be unprotected.
They're not even going to let the other team get on the point.
Yeah, just like that, Neumont has a point on lockdown again.
And as we're looking here, counting down 85% on this point. They need to make a push on this point.
Anyone willing to help?
Looks like they're trying, but Neumont is not letting up the slide. Oh, they brought out the point.
Crucial ult here. You can see the dunk.
Mac, what an ult!
The Magneto dunk. Absolutely MVP this game.
Just wiped out 4 of the enemy team. Second round goes to Neumont.
Second round. And that gives Neumont the 1-0 advantage.
Wow, 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 wow. That is, what a game. What a game. by both
What a
sides.
game.
It was very well played.
Very close in my opinion. Even though they didn't get on point that second round, it was still a fight for every point.
I agree, Tara. Every single time was a team fight.
Yes.
People weren't overextending. They knew when to come back for heals. They just prioritized staying alive as a team.
Yes.
And wow, wow, wow. Great first game. Way to kick off the first round. It'll be very interesting to see where they're going to go from here. Looks like right now they are choosing map first. But no, yeah, wow. What a
A
first game.
very great first game, and like we were saying before, those tanks really made up for it. That mag dunk at the end there, killing the cloak and securing the point, phenomenal.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to ban mag next round.
I wouldn't be surprised as well. We saw the save this earlier round, and so they already know to be looking out for that.
Absolutely, no, yeah. It was just great reads by the mag, great ult timing, just overall a solid mag.
You could tell that he was patiently waiting for that support ult to
He
happen.
was waiting for sound cues, just everything. Even if he didn't see them, but he heard them, he was ready. He was locked.
Yes.
Just amazing dunks, amazing 3-point shots. Just wow, wow, wow. Overall, really great play. Their healers were phenomenal as well.
Yes.
The Rocket knew when to place his revive beacons. People were constantly being revived. As soon as it was ready, placed another one.
Which is crucial to those team fights. You know, when you lose 1 or 2 teammates in some of these team fights, it feels like the team can lose the game. But as we get into the second game here, we might start to see a little bit of a different meta here. Like we were talking about earlier, some of these tanks that they're playing are some of these off tanks, some of the tanks that aren't meta because the meta tanks are being banned. So maybe we see a strange save instead of a strange ban. Maybe we see Emma in the play or something like that. I think Emma could really shake up their Hulk team up, the Hulk Namor. Just being able to apply that pressure on the back line as well as have a really nice damage package. Allowing her to kind of play the front line and the back line in certain situations, protect the supports, make sure that they're not dying, but also at the same time apply pressure to Thang, apply pressure to Moon Knight, and some of the other pesky things that we see within this game.
I agree. It'll be very interesting to see this round of bans and saves, simply because, like you said, the first round defined everything.
Yes.
They weren't using the meta picks, but they were doing phenomenal work with the off tanks and the other picks that they chose. It was just overall really good. We could see that they got they capitalized on their choices. So for example, we got really good with the Mag, the Invis, the Loki, the Rocky, the Penny. What had some struggles here and then with the Nest, but once they made the space, Penny immediately made sure to take control of the point.
Yes. And Penny really isn't good at gathering space, but rather maintaining that space, right?
Yes.
Making sure that once you get the point, nobody ever gets that point. And I think to the Penny's point, or to the credit of the Penny, I think the Penny secured that second round there, being able to lock down the point and make sure that nobody was getting on that point.
Absolutely, I agree. And especially with the first round when we saw that they were doing the push with the Penny ult, easily made room for the team to be able to push up, collect themselves, and push back the enemy team.
Yes.
So you can tell these are people that know their characters. They know when to use, what to use, and how to use it.
And to credit for the Marvel Rivals community in general, looking in contrast to the Overwatch community, the amount of metagaming and the amount of knowledge that these players have gained about the game in general has just skyrocketed in comparison to Overwatch. Overwatch's metas never changed as quickly as Rivals did, but if you look at some of Rivals' portal plays with Strange, you know, the team will be going for a portal and then somebody will counter portal that portal. Some of like the mind games in this game is really great. Even there with like the Mag was saving his ult for those support ults. And so the game sense that you need to know, well, are they coming up on ults? Who's coming up on ults? Who should I be looking for? Things like that. Making sure that we can apply early pressure onto those supports and trying to force those support ults as fast as possible. That way you can just keep cycling through the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree. No, absolutely. And further to the point that you were saying is the creativity it takes to come up with the plays that they do is insane. Like you said, in Overwatch, it didn't really change as much. It was kind of the same lineups almost every game. But here, you can have the same lineup as another team, but the way that they get played is completely different.
Yeah.
There's just so much creativity that can go into not just how you use the characters, but the lineups that you use, the maps, everything just goes into how well you use your team and how well you use your kit, how well you use the map, etc.
And to play into that, we saw that last round with the Penny and the Rocket team up. Not normally something that you would see in some of these higher competitive matches, but if you know how to utilize your team in your kit, it can be a very effective strategy. And as we kick off this round 2, we will get to see exactly what these bands are thinking. Yes, we are going into a convoy map, which will be very interesting to see. We look here, we see a little bit of the banter coming back from the team, highlighting all Black Widows. But from the enemy team, you see a little bit more of a nuanced comp here. You see a triple tank, triple support, going for more of a GOATS meta. And interesting enough, they banned Phoenix for the first pick here. Last game, they banned Emma. They might have been scared of it. Do you think we'll see an Emma save this game?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Convoy, because her ult isn't the most damaging, but if you get the whole team off of point with her ult, you can easily do it. They banned Jeff.
They banned Jeff.
My boy! But yeah, I can see a Emma save simply because you can capitalize a lot with her kit, her ult, especially on Convoy. You can get them all off of it. I can see an Emma save here.
Yes, we might see the save from Strange. That's a very interesting save here. They do have the Lord Strange on that team, so maybe they're thinking for more of a strange mag, getting that double shield working.
They saved the magic.
Save the magic again. Neumont's bans are looking pretty straightforward from what we saw before. However, we might see a little bit of switch up because of last game. That Hulk was kind of oppressive, so I wouldn't be surprised if they ban a Hulk here.
I wouldn't either.
They banned the Punisher again?
Appreciate the support. Nathan, if I butchered your name, I am so sorry. I'm not the best reader. But appreciate the support. Thank you for tuning in.
They banned the
And
Penny.
We were just talking about it today. Oh, they saved
Save a storm, which is interesting. They might be going for a Flyers comp here.
I can see it. Because
They already are highlighting Ultron. They saved the storm. I could see maybe a Johnny, a Human Torch. They saved the Mag, which is very, very good.
absolutely, that's very crucial.
From what we saw last game, those dunks are going to make or break the game here.
Absolutely. And one thing about Ultron, I can see why they're running the triple support because Ultron isn't the best healer.
Yes.
But his damage is very, very good.
He works as almost an off damage character, which works really well in these triple support metas, where we're kind of lacking in the the damage department here. So the Ultron can really help with that.
I did hear this little quote-unquote theory, I guess you could call it, where people were saying that the reason why they made Ultron more damage is so they can try to transition PS players more onto the support role. Because like you said, we don't have as many strategists that can do a lot of damage.
The right,
Right.
heroes could make all
And
the difference.
as we look here, the enemy team missed a ban, which is very interesting. Maybe there was some miscoordination happening on their last ban. However, we did see a Hulk ban at the end for Neumont, which is very good. Shuts down that game plan of Hulk Namor team up. But we have the hindsight here. We know they are going 3 tanks and 3 supports.
The Hella Lord is so cool.
The icon is really,
So cool.
it's really cool.
But yeah, pretty solid lineup from Neumont here. We have we have a team up with Thing and Invis. That
We'll be
bonus
coming in
shield
30
is
seconds.
very, very
Stay
useful.
strong.
We have the revive from Rocket's Beacon.
Something.
And we
bothering
also
you?
have the new team up, Magic and Strange's team up, which is very interesting.
I played against him for the first time
Right.
yesterday. I'm not
Saving
gonna
the
lie.
world from cosmic
Very
annihilation
annoying.
can be
Yeah.
Very
such a
annoying
bore.
to fight against. You just can't go anywhere.
With somebody who really knows how to utilize their
Battle starts in
cooldowns,
5,
it can be
4,
terrifying to
3,
face down to Magic.
2,
And as we get down to this countdown here,
Some uninvited
we'll see Convoy map, and we do see an Emma on the opposing team.
And a quick look at the of both Thing and Strange's shield. But it looks like she's taking a lot of damage here. Able to use the Diamond Form, save her card, and able to keep herself alive. Oh! That
Tough picks here. Neumont just trying to find something here, but they can't stabilize. Early picks are just going to be devastating here. They need to get their footing fast. We're going to have some good space here, actually, as you mentioned that, as we've got this Wolverine here, which is going to be trying to pull tanks in to the team, while we've got this kind of, I wouldn't say, like, running it down, but we've got, we've got Dr. Discount on Thing, we've got the Invis Woman, we've got a really powerful squad here if we can just stabilize and get all 6 on the field here. Everybody's coming up on ults and everybody's using them. Cloak ult comes out. Do we need a support ult from the Neumont side? We see a support ult.
just in time to save the team. Oh no, that's
Perfect timing here. We might see a pick on the Strange here. He gets back in time.
see, and there goes the
Looking like a nasty Emma ult here. Picking up 3-4 picks here now. Neumont's crumbling on this convoy map. 5 down. They've just got to reset. Hold it down. They need a new game plan here for Neumont.
That was a great play by Wow. See, the ult was able to capitalize on that.
Our enemies are here.
Take control of the conflict. It looks like Neumont is pushing together really nice things together, making sure no one overextends. I am making sure to see everyone, but not to damage the same time.
And as you can also see, Neumont switched to the Ultron as well. So we've got a triple support lineup going here, with Magic being the sole DPS. Will it work out in Neumont's favor? Only time will tell. Just making space here for the Neumont line. Trying to make some space on the enemy's back line, but being pushed back as the DPS is just not having it.
Making sure to keep moving so he doesn't get hit. But in the sky, yeah, he's also in the wide open.
Crucial picks here. Both of the supports down.
Yeah, they have both in teams.
Ooh, that's a full wipe.
Wow.
And Neumont will walk the space down. Here the game plan is to just try and keep as much space as possible. You can see here that the tanks are advancing, trying to make as much space. That way when the enemy team does come, ooh, and as we can see here, there's some portal play happening. This is what we were talking about in the intermission, folks. The portal plays and the amount of times. Ooh, a big dunk from Mag.
Nice. That's one support gone.
These portal plays will make or break, giving the team an extra fight to capture. But as Hercules 4000 gets a pick, we're looking like we're going to be capturing point one for Neumont. Just stalling right now. Nobody can make space, and as we get into overtime, will Neumont be able to capitalize? A big ult from Strange!
What an ult!
And that captures 4 picks, and that is point one for Neumont.
Wow, what a play. What a great play by Yoshi there.
You can see from this enemy team here, they're kind of scrambling. Neumont got their footing like we needed them to.
I am strengthened.
They kind of collect themselves, but he would have not given them a chance.
No, these tanks are pushing as far as they can onto this really off corner here. Will it work out for Neumont as we are just making space here? Emma with a crucial grab. Strange gets out in the nick of time.
The heals are insane.
W healers, as we would call it. But it is looking like Neumont
Now's the part
got
where
wiped.
You thank me.
More powerful yet.
And as we look to this reset, we are just looking at these ults, folks. We've got 2 support ults coming from Neumont's side, but 0 coming from the opponents. We just need to use these ults crucially in order to make sure that they stick. 1 coming out, the bubble on the Mag. Cloak ult coming out, but we hear that Mag ult coming. Gets the dunk, and that's 4 picks for Neumont. Looks like we're keeping this cart a-moving. Looks like we're keeping this cart a-moving.
By the shades of the Seraphim, I return.
And we look at this, a portal play, keeping them in the spawn. Trapped here. Looks like the Strange is able to get out, but that'll give Neumont just enough time to... Oh, the touch from the Angela coming through, not allowing Neumont to make the second point. Looking like a nice Strange ult here, getting maybe a pick, but not enough. A Strange, not enough. We're looking...
Oh, the Strange is out.
Strange is dead. Nice picks from Neumont, just using the support ults really strategically here.
You're ready for action.
1 pick could mean everything here. 2 picks coming from Neumont. Another big ult.
Firepower.
And
Point
folks,
2 will go to Neumont. Wow, 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 wow.
this is an incredible game.
Absolutely, just the plays from both teams here. Just the constant pressure being applied, the constant damage, just the takes, the picks. Everything is just really, really good right now.
And as we see here from this enemy team, we're sticking with the Angela, kind of going with a triple flyer meta here. Very interesting. I don't know if it'll work out in their favor, especially on defense on this map. We get one early pick from that magic there. We got another hit coming through, maybe? Not close enough. I thought that maybe the Shred was going down, but no. You see that the enemy team has 4 ults, but we're coming up on ults. That Shred ult's gonna be massive.
Oh no!
Looking rough for Neumont. Oh,
The vision was there.
the vision was there. Looking like we're kind of even on picks here. I say kind of because it was a tank for a support, and that support is gonna be felt on the Neumont team as 2 drop. Not enough healing to sustain all that damage. As we reset here for the Neumont squad, we're looking at 3, almost 4, nope, 4 ults coming up. Didn't get the touch in time. A C9 coming from Neumont. Very tragic, but that was a very tough situation there. You didn't have the team to back you up, and so you kind of just had to walk backwards and hope that somebody would come and help you to touch.
Just solid teamwork from both teams here. It was just a lot of them, us, them, us, them, us, them. It was just a lot of wow.
And we're looking at, they're keeping that same lineup, the triple flyer for that enemy team, which will be very interesting to see on offense now. Never mind, they switch up to a more standard lineup with the Emma and the Strange. Looking like we're just going to have Johnny there as our flyer. Maybe not. Looking like some contemplating coming from that enemy team. Just what to do on this attack here. If Neumont can get a really strong hold on this first point, that is all they need to get this lead. A 2-0 lead here in this best of 5, sorry, would be crucial. That would put them on game point.
The battle starts in 5.
It'll be very cool to see
3, 2,
the difference
1.
between defense and attack on both teams. Because one team could be very solid on attack, and not so much on defense, and vice versa.
Yes, it can be. And as we're getting into this first point here, we're just kind of looking at a deadlock here at that point, trying to hold pressure from the Neumont team. This corner is really crucial in this first point, because if you lose this corner here, you basically lose the straightaway, and therefore the point. So as Neumont is getting pushed back, 1 pick from the enemy team on that Bucky, gonna make an impact here.
Angela's just completely going into their line and trying to pick as many people as they possibly can. Wow, Neumont is getting pushed back hard here.
It is looking like Neumont's having a really hard time with their pressure here. Their Angela is kind of putting in the work here as they're just being a nuisance to this front line, never letting them get the space that they need. And 2 picks come from the enemy team, 3 coming in. And that is looking like Neumont's just going to have to back up and try again. Angela, not wanting to leave them alone, goes for this Bucky again. Looking at this duel here.
Oh, so
clean
close.
picks there.
So close.
And as we're looking at this kind of mid-game here, Neumont really just needs a reset. They need to back up and make sure that we can hold pressure here. And as you can see, as they're walking up from each team, just poking and prodding, getting more ult charge, we can see that the enemy team and Neumont have both 4 ultimates. The Ultron ultimate coming off. Will it be enough as another support ult goes off? We're in a standstill right now, folks.
They tried blocking the one shot, but Angela just said, no, it took it down. Oh, that was funny.
And as 2 picks come from the
I am
enemy
ready
team.
to put on a show.
Tragic enough as it is not looking like Neumont. Ooh, some crucial Crucial ults here, but it's not going to be enough.
That's 3.
3 picks coming here from this Human Torch, and it is looking like a cleanup. They are spawn holding them as they are just pushing for the space.
Wow, they're making great time too. Now they're gonna have what, 5?
They're going to have 5.5 minutes to make this half a stretch.
Keep up the momentum.
Not looking good for Neumont, I will be completely honest, but with high hopes. 4, 5 picks, and that is almost a team wipe. They're looking devastated right now. Neumont can't get any footing,
Destroy you.
Wow.
and they just they need to walk the point. I don't see Neumont winning this. Neumont needs to rush the point now, or else it will not be enough. Looks like we've got some touches from the Neumont squad, keeping this point alive. We've got a rocket ult coming in.
Oh, yeah. Tap the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier ult looking like doing nothing for the team. A big strange ult from the enemy team will collect all of the picks needed. Tragic for Neumont Esports. Looking like it is 1-1, and we have a match on our hands.
Wow. Wow, wow. What a second round. I honestly think attack is just their forte.
Attack might just be their forte. Because as we saw, they weren't having too much of a trouble on defense. However, their defense was very, very weak in comparison to their attack. They just bulldozed Neumont's defense there.
Absolutely, no, yeah. Just
And 1-1 in this best of 5. We do have a series going on. And as we get into this intermission, wow, wow, wow.
What a game. What a game. Great plays by both teams. It was just wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I think the counterplay from that Angela, having those triple flyers, was really making an impact on their defense, as they just couldn't land any shots.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, that Angela was doing a great job at just being annoying, just constantly bugging the enemy team, just like the whole time, not letting them regroup, not letting them take advantage of their comp. It was just wow, wow, wow.
And that might be something that Neumont has to look forward to coming into their bans for this next round. The bans were kind of set in straight for Neumont this last 2 rounds, but do you think they will switch it up for this?
I think they would. It's more of a, I think they kind of have to.
Yeah.
Simply just so they can regain the momentum that they picked up on the very first game we had.
Yes, yes. In contrast, that first game was a steamroll for Neumont.
Absolutely.
But
No,
as
yeah.
soon as the other team figured out how to kind of counter what they were doing, oh man, the steamrolling was coming through, and it was showing.
Absolutely. It was just, wow.
You think we might see a Human Torch ban? Because that Human Torch last round was going haywire.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Human Torch and or Storm, because we saw that they did capitalize on the ult team up as well.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, that Human Torch was just putting a bunch of pressure on them. We saw that he had multiple three wipes, 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just taking advantage of the Human Torch's kit.
Yes.
Like, genuinely, it was a really good plays by that Torch. But it'll be very interesting to see this round of bans, because, for example, in the first game, the mag was a ginormous problem, and here they honestly made kind of short work of the mag.
Yeah.
But the Luna ult came in clutch a lot of times, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Luna ban again.
Yes, yes.
Because her ult can easily change a tide.
While it did get nerfed this season, 10 seconds is still 10 seconds. And if you cannot die and the enemy team can, that's all that needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see this round of saves and bans. Who do you think is going to be saved this time?
I think we might genuinely see an Emma save this time coming from the enemy team. Because I think their Emma was putting in huge work on that attack on that last map. Just able to keep the pressure, keep the space.
I agree. Emma save would be... I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those.
And I also think we might see a mag save coming from Neumont again. While mag, it wasn't as impressive that second round. That first round is all you need to see how well that Magneto can perform if he can get those dunks. Those ults are crucial to shut down other ults.
If we do see a Emma save, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a strange ban simply because of his shield.
Yes.
His shield can easily block Emma's ult.
Yes. Chatter from Albie Goat says this game has so much to sustain coming from a game where the average time to kill is under a second, and that is completely correct here. As we were talking about, 10 seconds is a long time for an ultimate, for a support ultimate, and when you only have 1 second to kill before the Luna looks at the low Strange, for example, and heals up the Strange, it can be crucial to narrow down who you're looking at and have 3 or 4 people aiming at the same person at the same time. That way they just wipe just as quickly as they were alive.
And it looks like we are going into the next round. I didn't see the game mode. Did you see what game mode?
It was another convoy. I think it was Convergence with the Dracula map.
Yeah, I did see it was a Dracula. It is Convergence.
Yes.
Second on that.
And I've got to keep pointing it out. The banter coming from Neumont. Always a very elevated team, this Neumont Malva Rivals squad. Always just lighthearted in scrims. And never taking things all too seriously, except for when it really matters.
We'll see what the first ban is.
First ban is coming. Yeah.
Honestly, it makes sense.
The Jeff ban makes sense as well.
Makes sense.
Jeff has gotten a lot of good buffs these last couple of seasons, as well as we are just seeing him in tandem with a lot of different comps. A Strange save is interesting here. Looking for probably another double shield situation or like a shield off tank situation. A save from Punisher is very interesting from Neumont. They are probably looking to shut down that front line.
Yeah,
and
we see, there it is.
There's that Human Torch ban that we were talking about. Very impressive in these types of maps where you are looking at a specific angle, a specific hallway. Penny ban, very obvious coming from that first round. A Storm save is interesting. Looking for probably another flyer comp. A little bit of contemplating from Neumont on their save, which is not something that we've really seen these last couple of rounds. These last couple of rounds, their saves and bans have been pretty straightforward, but we do see the mag save coming in. The mag, the tried and true.
It makes sense. Like, mag is overall a really, really good tank. Being able to save your teammate, the ult being able to take out supports, and especially if you're under heavy fire, you can pop the ult, collect all of it, and just dunk it on someone.
Yes.
Mag is a really, really good save.
And speaking of mag,
Emma,
the ban.
That's not surprising. Now let's see if they choose to ban this time, because we didn't see that last game. They missed.
That's true. They skipped on their ban. It looked to be more of a miscommunication. And as the time ticks down, they see a rocket ban.
Wow, that one's actually going to hurt a little bit, because we saw that Neumont...
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Yes.
The heals are good. The revive beacon is very crucial to keeping your team in the loop, in the fight. And not having that, we'll see how heavily this affects Neumont. Because we saw that they were the main ones choosing Rocket.
Yes. And Rocket fits really well into a triple support meta where you kind of run Rocket as that off support. However, it doesn't look like we're going to be running a triple support here as we get into this first round. Very interesting picks over here from the enemy team. Looking
Roll up.
like
He'll be coming in 30
more
seconds.
of the
Stay
same, but we
strong.
do see Punisher this game from both sides. Punisher being banned for the last 2 rounds. We haven't been able to see him, but on this map specifically, with these very narrow and long hallways, we'll see where Punisher really shines. And that's kind of in his turret, just spraying down hallways, letting the control be in his bullets.
That
battle
and
starts
the
in
ult,
five,
if it's just one side of the hallway, no one is coming
3,
through that hall.
2, 1.
No one is coming through.
And as we get into this first push here,
Area.
we saw that Strange looking around. We might be looking around for that Spidey Man, because the Spider-Man might be pulling off. And as we see here, the turret ceases to be a big problem here. He's got very good positioning here. Looking at the Angela pull-in is nasty. A big pick first, quickly into this round. 2 down, but another down, a support down on the enemy team. 3 down on Neumont, though. It's not going to make up for it.
We're finding our groove.
Oh, that Punisher's... Dude's cracked. I'm being honest. Dude's cracked.
I think the Punisher game is going to make or break this game today, folks.
Yeah, he's
We can see Neumont's Punisher looking for some tech, but getting bullied down by their Angela. Nasty plays.
I'm good to go.
We better test
And
this
we're
out.
just looking here. And again, this front line from Neumont is a very poke-heavy front line with Strange and Magneto not really having enough damage to really pull through. So we're looking at more of these DPS players, the Punisher. And looking at it, we have a triple support, so Punisher is the only DPS here. And this Punisher is kind of looking around, seeing what openings that he can pull. None really appear.
What am I? Invisible?
At this point is kind of in a standstill right now. Ult farming. We see an ult charging. Many ults coming from the enemy team charging up, but when will they use them? One coming out from Storm.
And Cloak and Dagger is going straight to point. The Storm is dead, though.
The Cloak and Dagger ult. Responding Cloak and Dagger ult from the enemy team. There, we've got another support ult coming in. That is both support ults coming in from Neumont. We've got a third coming in the form of an Invis Woman ult. But that Strange ult,
Ready to push? We better test this.
this Punisher ult will be devastating as it gets 1 pick, 2 picks, looking for a third, 4 picks! And Neumont is not looking good. As, like I said, this Punisher will make or break the game. Neumont,
Dude, that Punisher's cracked. There's no two ways. Oh my god. He knows how to use his skills. He knows how to capitalize on his skills.
and you can see here, getting early poke damage, which will be crucial to, like, keeping the space here and making sure that nobody will be able to turn this corner. As we're still at a standstill here, this Angela here looking for some kind of window, some kind of opening. Neumont close, but not enough. This Punisher needs to use his ult, needs to walk in with something. As we get 1 pick on the enemy team, we need to do something.
That's much better.
By the eye.
Strange ult coming from the enemy team, and that's 4 picks coming through, 5. And it is not looking good for Neumont. 30 seconds left on the clock. We might be looking for a Strange TP here.
Call you cowards if you do not attack.
Oh, yeah, caught it. Going for it.
A shortcut through space.
And we get this in time as we have 1 last fight on this point. Invisal immediately just trying to get some pressure. We see that Punisher ult. We see a Cloak ult. Will it be enough? 3 picks come through. Oh, the Cloak just a little too late on that ult. As Neumont, little steamrolled here. They have no portal. Rushing to make anything happen. And as overtime ticks down, it is looking like Montevallo is taking the lead on this
2-0.
series.
Time to switch things up, including
What a
which
series we
side
have on our hands. 2-1 now in the lead.
You'll need a top-notch team to
Not
win this
necessarily though, because we still have an attack, but it did not feel like we have another round coming, folks, as that was a slam dunk.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm not gonna lie.
Neumont
Tried. They constantly tried to get onto point, but Montevallo just didn't let them. They made sure to keep him away from point. They tried pinning them into spawn if they could. That Punisher flanks is something else. He made sure they didn't have a chance to breathe.
Yes. A little bit of a switch up from Neumont's team. BFly
30
here
seconds before you
was
attack. Get
on
ready.
the hit scan before,
Something
was
bothering
on
you, man?
Hella, but now we're seeing him back on the Magneto, his bread and butter. As we see kind of an interesting lineup for defense here, getting a Thing and Magneto for the front line, having a Punisher and a Squirrel Girl for a little bit of DPS. I think that was what they were lacking in that last round.
2,
The
1.
Squirrel Girl here gonna make sure
All you need to do
to
is capture
hold
the
that
mission
pressure,
area.
make
Got
sure
it?
that nobody can get through this choke. As we get through the first point here,
Except be a superhero.
and we see an early TP from the enemy team, just looking to make pressure fast and quick. They get 1 pick, 2 pick off the Neumont, and it is not looking good.
What am I?
This is looking like a quick sweep up from the enemy team. Not enough.
Final score:
Go
1,
to
2,
Montevallo.
0.
I really hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Montevallo.
Montevallo. I really. But yeah, wow, that is 2-1 favor Montevallo.
Very, very close matches here. Even still, a lot of these team fights come down to 1 or 2 picks that just steamroll to the rest of the team getting killed. And as we look here at the scoreboard here, looking a little tough for Neumont as we are just finding no final hits.
Wow.
Getting rougher and rougher. And there have been a big switch up from what we saw in the first game
I'm not
to what we
gonna-
saw in the third game.
I'm not gonna lie, going back to the first game, I wouldn't be surprised if Montevallo used that just to get an idea of how Neumont plays, to see
Yeah.
how they use their characters, how they work as a team in team fights, etc. Because it is just a completely different outcome from the first game to the last 2 games that we just
Yes.
saw. It is completely different momentum. It was just I wouldn't be surprised if they used the first game to kind of get a feel for Neumont, see how they work as a team, how they collaborate, the picks that they use, how they use their characters, stuff like that.
And I think one thing that they're really utilizing here is just Neumont's, I wouldn't say unflexibility, but they're very comfortable on 2 to 3 characters, where some of this enemy team is comfortable on 4 or 5 or 6 characters,
Yeah.
where they have that flexibility to say, hey, if you're playing this character, I'll just play this character and counter yours.
I agree. Montevallo they play a lot of counter as well. So if they see that something is working for Neumont, they're like, you know what, let's put a stop to that. They switch to the perfect counter for them.
Yes.
And then Neumont tries to switch, but like you said, they only have about 1 or 2 characters that they're very, very comfortable with. Whereas Montevallo can play 3 or 4 characters that they're like, you know what, this lineup isn't working, let's try this.
Yes.
This one is working, but this one isn't. Let's stick with this one, change to that one. It's
And-
just the overall seeing how they think is very interesting to see, because you can see their thought process as they play.
Yes, and not even before we get to play, but even in the ban cycle, in the characters that they choose to play, we can see already that Montevallo is having a very diverse team play here, which I think is giving them the edge over Neumont. just having the flexibility, having the ability to say, well, if it's not working, let's switch it up. And as we are getting into game 4, we are going to see how this fixes up for Neumont.
What do you think we're gonna see? What band?
I think we might see another I think we might see Human Torch very early on. I don't know if they're going to keep up with the Phoenix band, to be honest.
I'll be honest, I can see a Punisher band.
I can see a Punisher band as well.
I wouldn't blame them.
That Punisher went so hard. We do see a Phoenix band right from the get-go from Neumont. They are just too scared to let that live.
Another Jeff band. That's
Jeff band is fair.
it's understandable.
The strange save
that's
again.
understandable as well.
And it is looking like that Strange is going to be kind of...
Yeah.
The rocket save is nice, but we might see a penny save from the other team. Angela
That makes
Band.
sense. That makes sense. The enemy team is a monster with Angela. They know exactly how to be annoying and
Yes.
how to put a stop to the enemy team with Angela.
We do see that penny band coming from the enemy team.
On domination, it's understandable. 100%
On domination is understandable.
being able to lock out that point from melee characters or whatever.
They
Understandable.
also did save the rocket, so they wanted to ban that team up because the team up can be very strong. Neumont with their save, will they save Magneto again? They save Punisher.
Really? That's surprising.
This is interesting because they're doubling down on the Punisher that was wrecking their team earlier. We do see the Human Torch ban, but will it be enough? As we have banned 2 flyers out of this game.
I wonder who the third one's going to be. The third band. Do you think we could see an Emma band here?
I don't think we see an Emma ban. I don't think Emma has been that impactful, if anything. Okay, Loki, I was going to say
That's
we
understandable.
might see a Magneto ban. However, the Loki
Pick your
ban is
hero.
understandable.
Or
We haven't
villain,
been
I'm
seeing
not
much
judging.
Loki this game.
We only saw him the first game, I believe.
We saw him the first game on the enemy side, not Neumont side. However, I do know Dr. Discount does play some Loki, so
He's going to Adam, which
going to Amma,
Makes sense.
which with the Luna team up can prove to be successful.
absolutely. I agree.
As we see, they want that Jeff. They were highlighting it. And on this domination map, I think that Neumont might have an edge, as we did see Neumont win on the first map, which was domination.
Having a mag and a strange together, honestly, understandable.
30 seconds before you attack.
Strange is shield
Get
for the
ready.
whole team. You have the teleport, you have the ult. Like honestly,
Dr.
both
Strange,
things, actually, when I think
wow.
about it.
We're in this together,
Solid
Tandy Boy.
lineups.
Get the stars out of your eyes
We're
and
running
let us
triple
fight.
healer looks like
Huh,
Neumont
all
side.
business.
And we see a Spidey. Never mind, we do not see a Spidey.
I may think the
He
Spidey
brought
is a
back the
troll.
Punisher. No!
The battle starts in
Going to
5,
Star-Lord,
4,
though,
never mind.
interesting plays.
2,
They might...
1.
Who is he choosing?
All you need
Okay,
to do is
Punisher,
capture the
Punisher.
mission area. Got it?
And this walk-up will be crucial. Whoever can get the first space here will most likely take this point first. As we walk up here for Neumont, this will be interesting. A portal play coming in. Wow. Separating that back line. And we get 2 early picks. The supports are down. We have
One more support.
one lonely Luna keeping the team alive.
This comes back to use the self-res.
True.
It's a little iffy here.
It is very iffy. That Luna looking low.
Yeah.
1
wow.
pick, 2 picks. That is the healers down. Looking like it is going to be Montreal.
They almost had it too. They almost had it.
The mission area is yours.
Looks like Montevallo is just not
Time to
letting go of the
celebrate.
momentum they've picked up. These past 2 games have just been something else. They just keep putting on the pressure, as we keep seeing here.
They are just keeping this space, holding this very tight choke, which is really good for Strange and this Moon Knight here. They can just get really good picks. Moon Knight getting 2, 3 from this ult. 4 picks.
Magic on you.
They didn't even have to waste an ult. Wasted one ult for that.
Hurts. My time is
And a spawn hold.
God.
Looking really shaky to begin with from Neumont Esports. And as we get back into it,
What am I?
we are just looking here, trying to make any space that we can, but no space is being allowed.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
As we are getting hold here.
I am strengthened for battle.
All we see is Stormo coming in. Capitalize.
Stormal getting 2 picks off of it. Neumont just not allowed to get footing at all.
Pick up Ben. Just keep it down.
5 picks here, and that's just a full reset.
Ah, the rocket's down.
The rocket is dead. That is an unfortunate stagger.
I think we gotta
You can see the Punisher here doing what he knows best, just lining up that turret and holding left click. You can see here this
Enemies are near.
this Punisher has ult.
Oh, hold
A
it for
nice
Neumont.
portal play.
Oh, there's a Punisher. Oh,
That is a big strange ult.
come on, my boy. Let's go.
We are down. That is a full wipe on the Neumont side.
They did it. And I think this is probably going to be round 1 to Montevallo. Yeah. Wow.
And as we are coming here on what could potentially be the last round of tonight, this is getting stressful for Neumont. We have to get some kind of footing. We only got 7% on that last point.
Wow.
We've got to switch it up. We've got to deal with flanks over here. This crazy Punisher.
He is just putting so much pressure onto Neumont.
30
dude.
seconds
He is
before
just
you
picking
attack.
them up by
Get
himself.
ready.
He is winning solo fights. He's making sure to pick them off as they come, take off as
Okay,
much damage as he
confession
can. He takes out supports. Just overall, flanks is crap. Not
His
even-
target priority is on point. And as we can see here, looking at the scoreboard, he's got 8 final hits with the ace, going 22-0 going into this, and it is looking not good for Neumont.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Doesn't
Got
look
it?
like from Neumont's side, and I don't- Oh, yeah.
They're looking for another portal play on the enemy
powerful.
team.
He's gonna separate
This was
them again.
very successful the last time,
gonna
being able to kind of separate the back line here.
He just should have blocked him out.
Neumont was anticipating it. We got an early support ult here.
You got a pick off of from Montevallo. Neumont on Montevallo.
It is looking a
Oh,
lot,
support pick.
The mission area is yours to capture
a
now.
lot better for Neumont as we capture the point.
Absolutely. Can we get the loot out of nah.
And as we look here, we're just holding this space here, trying to make sure that what they did to us that first round happens to them. We never want them to take an inch from us. As Yoshi YMG is just here holding this nice choke here. Got the Moon Knight and the Punisher in the back.
Just
I am
beaming them
ready to
through.
put on a show.
Oh, we beat through that loot on it, so just no one died. Yeah,
This Punisher, we got an early pick on Beafly here. Looking a little rough for the Neumont team. We pop ult, but is it going to be enough? We've got 3 ults going on from the enemy team. It has 4 or 5 drop from Neumont.
and they just swept over the game. Just like that. Wow.
And that momentum that they were carrying for this entire game is swept back into their favors. Montreallo looking really strong here. As Neumont tries to regather, they know that if they can win this fight, they can have only one more fight, and they can bring it to the 3rd round.
For battle.
Looking for anything. Just no damage coming in. That Punisher turret being so harsh. Early Moon Knight picks. That's 2 coming down from Neumont. And it is not looking good. these staggers here, people dying one by one instead of as a team, is going to be very detrimental as that clock keeps ticking. We're coming up on 50% for Montevallo,
Mission area. Keep
and
going.
Neumont looks to be gathering for a portal play. They know, Neumont knows that this fight might be their last of tonight.
There's someone who needs a bullet.
And it looks like Montevallo positioned correctly for this portal. Beafly getting an early pick on the Luna, gonna be crucial. 3 picks.
Place is out.
Those are nice picks there.
Strange is out.
Neumont has the point as we are just looking for
Broken Dagger
staggering.
and Moon Knight. Nice. Neumont is picking back up the momentum. Point is theirs.
Your team's
We'll see if they can keep this up, keep this energy up, because wow, that was a really good turn right there.
Yes. The big crucial point here is keeping the space. As you can see here, the Neumont tanks are kind of walking around looking for this portal play as they correctly saw it. And this early Emma ult, will it be enough pressure? Not
The Strange
enough.
shield was too
The
much.
Punisher up here not getting enough line of sight, not putting enough value into the game. Cloak ult coming out from both sides.
Everyone's pressing Q.
All pressing Q. We got a quick res coming in. This
Come
ult,
on. Oh, wow.
that is tough from
He
the
just got
Neumont squad.
deleted.
Control seized.
What happened there is that Neumont healing their backline, Cloak and Dagger just fell. And as soon as we don't have that reliable healing, we cannot stand. And Neumont coming down on 90%. Need to make a move. The moon coming in, not allowing it to happen. Neumont making some progress, but will it be enough? Coming in overtime, we just need to keep on point. 1 pick coming in from Thor, a trade coming in as Strange picks our Cloak and Dagger. Very important picks here. Another pick coming from the Strange. That's 2 down. 3 down from Neumont, and it is not looking good.
Round 2 and game 4 goes to Montevallo. And I believe that is match point.
That
right?
is match point.
The final score is 3-1 in favor of Montevallo. Wow. Solid games. It was just great teamwork from both teams. Just wow. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past Montevallo that first game they used it as a get a feel for them. That's to get a feel for Neumont, see how they play, and then they're like, all right, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. But wow, what do you think Neumont could improve upon for like future references?
I think that Neumont has a couple of things. As we kind of saw in the third match, as we were getting onto that convergence map, we were looking at the first game where Punisher was allowed, and it was really coming down to the Punisher v Punisher, who could get the more value, who could get the better picks. I think that Neumont could work on a little bit of their target priority, just making sure to kill the supports first, so that way nobody can get healing. But then more than anything, I think positioning is key.
Yes, I agree.
The one thing that separated Flanks, the enemy team's Punisher, from our Punisher was that the Punisher just had such good positioning on his turrets, on his ults, everywhere that he was looking at the crucial parts and seeing who can he kill.
Yes, yeah. The enemy Punisher was just... His positioning was amazing. His target priority was really good as well. He made sure to prioritize supports if he could, and if he couldn't, he made sure to pick off damage off everyone, just so that he could confuse the team, make sure that they couldn't collect themselves, gather themselves. And their Strange was really good with the portals, with the ults. Just overall, their positioning was really good. But I do agree with you that Neumont does need to work on positioning. Is like one of their key things, because there was a lot where their healers just weren't in the right spot, or there was their DPSs weren't in the right spot, or sometimes their tanks, they didn't prioritize helping their supports when they were getting dope sometimes.
Yes.
As we could see in multiple games. But we did see that Neumont made sure, whenever they got into team fights, they made sure to stick together so that they didn't overextend, so they didn't leave one person out by themselves, unless they were, of course, dragged by Angela, because
Yes.
oh my God, those drags were insane. Those drags were insane by Angela. But
I think another thing is just getting very, very focused on who, as a team, we are targeting. I think for a lot of Neumont, the damage was kind of spread out along the team, whereas for the enemy team, they were lasering down on the supports, making sure that the supports were feeling all of the pressure. Whereas in the last game there, we saw the Moon Knight add some pressure to the back line, but it wasn't enough. We still needed some help from that Punisher. We needed help from the Thor and a little bit more just damage in general.
yeah, I agree. It was... Neumont had some really good plays, but they weren't enough to turn the tides of the match. It wasn't enough to make a steady comeback.
And I think that speaks to just how much this game has developed over the 6 months that it's been alive. Coming close to 8 months, sorry. It has been forever since this game has come out. Not in terms of like if we're thinking Overwatch, but this game has come a long ways. And even just the team coordination that you see from some of these teams is extraordinary. The minor details are what makes up the team fights.
I agree, and it'll be very interesting to see how Neumont plays. I believe next week they have another game. Right?
Yes, they do.
Next week they have another game, and it'll be very interesting to see how they do, how they play, and see what they fix, or maybe if they come up with better team comps, or see what they do next week. It'll be very interesting to see. I'm actually really looking forward to it because we saw that they actually play very well as a team.
Yes.
They play well. It's just their adaptability may need a little bit of work.
I agree.
It'll be very interesting to see how they progress, not just next week, but as the season develops.
Yes.
I'm very excited to see. But honestly, I think that's it from me. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you think?
No, I think the games were just really well balanced. Even though it was a 3-1 series, I feel like at any point within the series, it could have gone either way where Neumont was getting that lead.
I agree. But yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love seeing an active chat, seeing you guys talk with us, interact with each other. Thank you for joining us the first stream of the season.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
This is our very first stream of this season. So once again,